Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little tutorial on how to install your own Ilink extensions. So I know some of you guys saw the previous video of me featuring Donabella hair extensions, and these are the extensions that I'm going to be installing to my hair today. So if you missed the last video, real quick, I'll just show you what I purchased, the supplies that you're going to need to do this, and my process for actually getting it done. So the first thing I did was I purchased 2 packs of the Donabella 18-inch I-tip extensions, and then I purchased 4 packs of the 22-inch extensions. I actually pulled one out already, but there's 3 of them. So these are 22 inches, and here is what they look like outside of the packaging. So this is just one bundle. This is the 22 inches. You do get 20 strands in each bundle. This is what they look like, if you can't see. And then also I purchased their black grooved beads. These are my favorite beads that they have. They're very, very tiny and pretty undetectable in your hair, so that's why I like those ones. Okay, so that's what the hair looks like. And the other tools you're going to need are, you're going to need some hair pliers. These are what mine look like. Okay, that's to squeeze the bead shut once you get the extension in it. And then you're also going to need one of these. I don't really know what it's called, just like an extension loop. This is where you actually will put the beads and then you put your hair through here and it loops, and then you'll pull the bead off onto your hair strand, insert the Ilink, and then squeeze it shut with the pliers, and that's it. So alright, we're gonna get started. So the first thing that you want to do with installing any type of hair extensions, to separate your leave out. And the leave out is basically the perimeter around your head and whatever you're leaving out at the crown of your head. So that's what you're going to want to do. I usually go ahead and like separate it, and then I'll like put little gum bands in it and then do the back. And that's to hide the extensions. A good rule of thumb for your leave out, if you're not sure how thick to make it, I don't have a comb. If I had a comb, I would show you, but usually if you have a comb, what I would suggest that you do is go at an angle right around, usually like right around where my ear kind of starts. What usually works for me, everybody's hair density is different, but what I like to say is if you pull your hair back and you see any of it, then you need to leave more hair out. You need to make sure that your extensions are going to be covered. So obviously I can't really see what I'm doing too much because I'm just looking in the camera, but like I said, if you can see, like obviously you can't see the red. You can't see the red, so this is a good amount for me. So I'm gonna go grab some gum bands and a comb, do what I need to do to separate it, and then I'll come back and I'll show you guys like a little bit of how I do it. I'm not gonna sit here and record me doing the whole installation because it is a process, and it's like 5:30 in the evening already for me. So I'm probably just gonna get started and do like the back part of my head. I might make it to the center of my head before the night's over, but I tend to take breaks, and sometimes I'll even do it over the course of like a day or two. And you can see what that looks like, and then we will get right into it. Okay, so to part my hair and put back my leave out, I use these little bitty gum bands. You can get them from like the dollar store. A comb. So I'm just going to be looking in the mirror, and you guys are just going to see what I'm doing. So just kind of clean up my part. I'll go in and then do like a rough draft of where I know I kind of want my part to be, and then I'll go back and clean it up. So kind of go in and pull my, put my fingers together. Okay. So that's what we have. This is too much leave out. I already know that. But the first thing I'm going to do is get the bulk of my hair out of my way while we work on the rest. So put it in like a nice little top knot or bun or whatever. Okay, so, but I'm going to show you what it looks like just to give you guys like an idea of what I'm talking about. You see?
Your edge out to some iceberg, you'll be heavy in my mind. Can you get the heck out? I need rest now. Got me bummed out. You so baby, baby, baby. I've been on my empty mind, shit. I should've came from losing yesterday. I worry that I wasted the best of me on you, baby. You don't care.
Okay, so this is what it's looking like. I'm gonna go grab the mirror to check out everything. Okay, that's good enough for me. That's as clean. They're nice clean lines. They're not perfect, but it's good enough. So now what I do is I go in again with the gum bands and I tie these. I tie my leave out up so it's out of the way.
Don't let it go, let it go. Don't let it slip away. Lips first touch, get left in the dust. No room to judge.
Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like. We run around here looking crazy. Now you're going to, again, fix your part. I would say fix your part. Like I normally wear a center part, so that's why I'm keeping my hair in the center, and I'm going to really probably just leave like this much out. But like if you're someone who like wears a deep part or like a side part, you're gonna wanna part your hair how you normally would wear it and then do it based off of that. I am a middle parter, so that's why I'm doing it that way. So with doing this, typically like once I get to the back part of my hair, I'll usually like part it to here where like my pinky ends, like right here. And then I'll take it a little bit wider and kind of go down into a V or a U shape, and that will help hide like the beads in the back of your head. Now for the back, like I said, I just kind of take it into like a V. I'll show you guys, but or like a U even. Okay, so now that we have done all of the parting for the leave out, usually what I like to do next is I actually like to go in and pre-part sections. So like I'll actually go in with my comb and do some parting and then gum band it, do another part, gum band it, do another part, gum band it. And I'll usually work my way up halfway. That way I can just kind of keep going with the beads. I don't really have to stop after every single row to part another row and part another row. I feel like it just helps me move through it faster. So that's why I do it that way. Hey guys, so it is the next day. Anyways, so I went ahead and I took out my leave out in the front and on the top of my head because I have clients later on today. So what I did was I left these in and I went ahead and parted the nape of my head. I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to start installing the extensions to the back of my head, and then whenever I leave to go to work, I'm going to take this down and just put my hair back in a clip. So all of these parts will still be intact back here, but you won't be able to tell because the top of my head's going to be smooth. And then once I get done with the nape, I'll move up to the top and repart and all that stuff. But this is what I was talking about whenever I said about going through and doing parts in the back, so I don't have to like stop at every section and keep reparting. I feel like it just slows me down. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. And did some parts. I think I did 5. Yeah. And then this is my leave out. So you see what I mean? So what I'll do is I will take this one out, clip this up, do this, and then move up by each row. So yeah, let's get started. So before I do that, I'm going to bead this. I don't know what this is called. I just know it's like a loop. It's a crochet thing. You use these for like crochet braids and other things like that. Also Ilinks. So yeah, these are the beads. Like I said, I got the black grooved beads. You get 100 in each of these. I only purchased one because I had some left over from the last time that I did these in my hair. So I usually just fill it up to about like halfway. And you just kind of like push it down. Whenever I say these don't slip, they do not slip. And I notice that sometimes with the silicone beads, the silicone will like detach from the bead, the exterior of the bead. Sometimes they slip more. These right here, baby, they do not, they don't slip. Like they stay in place. And they're so small, they're like damn near undetectable in your hair. I love these. So if you're going for this, if you're gonna try to do this, definitely get their grooved beads. Even if you get your hair from somewhere else, go on Donabella and get their grooved bead. This is what it looks like. I put a few beads. And whenever you're doing this, even if just for your parting, if you don't have anyone to help you with your parting, this right here is your best friend. Once like everything is done, if you know you don't have enough leave out or you can see some beads whenever you try to pull your hair up, or you don't have enough beads in one area, you can take them out and rearrange them and do whatever customizations you need to do in order for your hair to look bomb. Because the installation and removal is so easy. You know what I mean? Where like tapes, you gotta spray alcohol, then your hair is wet, then you need to wash it because that alcohol is left over in it. So I just really like this method. Same thing with like keratin beads. You gotta crack it, then you gotta re-keratin it. So it's like these are just super simple and really easy to use. These out of the way. I usually start, and I would say if you're doing this for the first time, do it whenever you don't have nails. Normally I'll do these, I'll install them whenever I don't have nails on. I did just do my nails a few days ago, so I'm not about to take them off. It's just going to slow me down a little bit, but it's still doable. So I have my part, and usually what I do is try to pick up a strand of hair that feels like the same amount of hair in the extension. You want to make sure you have enough of your natural hair to support the extension. That way you don't have any breakage or damage. So to me, I can't see anything, but I can feel it, and it feels like it's pretty equal. It feels like it's thick enough at the roots. So what I'm going to do is you take this, okay, you grab your hair, you loop it through, and then you slide one of the beads off onto your hair. So the bead is there, it's intact. Now what you do is you put the hair extension in the bead. You want it to be close to the root, but you don't want it to be so close to the root that once you clamp it shut, it's gonna cause you any kind of pain or discomfort. Now you're gonna use the pliers. You're just gonna pinch where the bead is. You can feel for it. Kind of slide it up a little bit if it slid down. Squeeze it tight. And there you go. You have your first extension in. And it's super tiny and seamless.
If I wrote you a symphony, just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents my heart, but there's just one thing I need from you. Say I do. Because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. And another woman.
Okay, so this is what it looks like. I installed the hair. I'll show you what the sides look like so you can see. So now what I need to do is blend the hair, because I did do 4 bundles of 22 inches and 2 bundles of 18 inches. You can see it's not like it's choppy, you know what I mean? So it needs blended, it needs trimmed. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I do have face framing in my haircut, so I'm gonna be doing some face framing to blend it, and I'm gonna be using my texturizing shears to soften the 18-inch extensions so they're not as choppy looking. I'm going to put my cutting cape, well, my chemical cape down so it catches the hair. Probably going to trim the very ends. I don't like stringy ends. I like a nice blunt cut. It just looks better. It looks more expensive. It looks more natural. It looks like you had a good haircut. So that's what I'm gonna do first.
That make you wanna change your scene and wanna be the one on my team. Tell me what you see, what's the point in waiting anymore? 'Cause girl, I've never been more.
Then usually what I'll do is I'll throw it to the back to see what it's looking like. It's probably gonna come to like a slight point.
Because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, and you make you my lady.
Well, what we're gonna do now is move on to the face framing.
My love, so don't give away. My love, so don't give away. Ain't another woman that can take your spot. My love, so don't give away. My love, so don't give away. My love, so don't give away. Ain't another woman that can take your spot. My love. I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, when you make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. My love, my love. Ain't another woman that can take your spot. My love, my love, my love. Ain't another woman that can take your spot. My love.